Have you ever wondered if a little $38 underwater light from Amazon can keep up with a $10,000 underwater professional setup? Well, this one's not actually $10,000, but it is pretty expensive. I always wanted to know for myself, so I got both of them and I'm taking them down under to see how they compare with each other. Let's check it out. Yo, what is up guys? I'm here today at one of the only blue water spots on the island of Oahu. If you don't know, we just got hit with catastrophic rains, insane flooding. A lot of my friends' houses got flooded. They had to evacuate in the middle of the night. It was a terrible situation. I put a link down to the Lahui Foundation. It's a group that is directly supporting families there. It's vetted, no nonsense. They're definitely gonna help people if you wanna contribute to them. There's also a link directly to families if you wanna just go down the list and donate to some people there. I'm sure that they would really appreciate it. I've been spending my time going up there, helping people, literally shoving dirt out of houses, rebuilding stuff, doing all types of things for my friends and just for the neighborhood up there, just to help them recover. So yeah, I just wanted to start out with that before we do anything else, because that's what's going on here right now, and it's really important to me to get these people help and back on their feet. But how lucky that this spot stayed blue, because if you know from the background, this is one of my favorite dive spots, and we have something really exciting today. I have this crazy light setup from Kraken Sports. So I've already used them. I went out diving already. They're dead, but they are so bright. And so what I'm gonna be doing today is comparing them with this other light that I have that I got for like 35 bucks. I think these are like $1,000 each. So this is like a $2,000 setup right here, but it's amazing. It works so well. It's so bright. And then the other one, I forgot to bring it today, but it's a little bit more compact. There's kind of some different uses and stuff, but then also the prices are way different also. You guys saw it in the thumbnail. So I know you guys don't want to hear me jibber jabbering anymore about this stuff. Let's go get into the water. Let's look at some footage. I'm going to show you guys the difference between the two lights and then also talk about some of my favorite features of these Kraken Sports lights. Full disclosure, I actually got both lights for free. This light I did get from Kraken Sports, and then the other one, I found a guy's GoPro down in a waterfall and it had that light on it, and I told him dude, this light's amazing. And then when he met me to pick up his GoPro, he gave me that light. He bought a new one and gave it to me. So I've been loving both lights. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what I've been working with lately.
So I'm not sure if the way that I'm using these lights is different from the way that everyone else is going to use these lights. I'm sure that there's a lot of scuba people out here that would get these to kind of shine the coral or something like that they're seeing 40 to 80 feet deep, where it gets kind of dark from the sun. The way that I really want to use them is to combat the sunlight when it's behind a model, and I want to light up the model from the front basically, so then we can see them as if they had, so it's kind of like they have the sun on them, the benefit of being front lit and also the beautiful beams behind them. And you can see that in this example footage that I took. I did behind the scenes while I'm holding the camera, so you guys could tell and also get a sense of how where the sun is at as I'm doing this. So this was probably 6:45, 7 a.m., 30 minutes after sunrise basically, and the sun is just coming over the hill. I would like to see what it looks like right at a clear sunrise, but we've had terrible weather here. You guys know with the flooding, so I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But I imagine shooting into the sunrise, I wouldn't even have to put it on max power. So I think I have it on level 4 out of 5 or 6 during this early sun shoot. And really I like to be out there in the dark. I keep telling the people that I'm shooting with yo, let's get there 30 minutes before the sun even is gonna rise, and then we'll get into the water when we can barely see, and then go get out there and I can put the light on minimum and it's able to light them up. Can't get everyone to wake up that early, but still just really cool to shine on the model with the light. And for whatever reason, I felt for so long that the light was cheating or wrong or lame or something, and that the true master cameraman would do the color grading and stuff to make it look good, or a red filter or something like that. And then now that I've started to get used to the light, I'm the light gives it the most amazing look and is so cool. About these Kraken lights, I've experienced them lasting like 30 minutes straight with them on. Obviously I don't leave it on the whole time. I like turn it on and off. That's at like maximum power. So when it's past 8 or 9 a.m., I'm definitely putting it on maximum power to try to fight the daylight and keep my model lit while the sun is so bright behind them. But if you're going early morning, or if you're way down there in the depths, you could put it on minimum or even halfway, and it'll last you like an hour, hour and a half, even longer if you're turning it off in between each time that you're lighting something up, you know, so you obviously don't need it on the whole time. But that's kind of the way that I'm using it and the way that I'm approaching using these lights. So now what I want to show you guys is like a comparison between this light setup, which is $1,000 for the lights alone, and then the other light that I have, which was only 35 bucks when I got it. I checked again, it's like 38, so pretty similar. Just let me know what you guys think and if you would pay the extra money to get the even more brightness and longer battery life. Maddie dives down, grabs the brick, and kind of at the bottom you can see hints of where the light is on her, but it's mostly ambient lighting that's on her. And then by extreme contrast, I had the Kraken lights on maximum power, and so she is basically glowing in the dark right here when I shine those lights on her. So she is so bright. Obviously way too bright. Even turning the exposure down in post doesn't really fix it. And for whatever reason, the GoPro is sort of metering everything and not metering the center. I've actually reached out to my contact at GoPro and asked them to add a spot metering feature, so hopefully that comes out soon. There is spot metering. It doesn't work underwater, basically, so we need a little upgrade to the spot metering feature so that it'll work in this instance. And honestly, that's my biggest problem. So this is, again, the Kraken lights, but I have them tuned to the appropriate setting, and now she's evenly lit, but it doesn't really show the amazing capabilities of it while she's still in the dark here with the either cloud cover or no direct sunlight. So now we're getting into probably the most important comparison, which is the direct sunlight, you know, right as the sun comes over the hill or right as the sun has risen or breaks out of the clouds in the early morning. Definitely the best lighting overall, but then now we can also front light the model. I know that I have the light on here and you can see it's mostly ambient light on her, whereas when we switch to the Kraken light, it's like she is so crisp and detailed and bright, and then the sky is dark behind her but has the beams in it. It's just amazing. And before we go any further, I do agree that the shot with the Suptig light is objectively better in this instance because it had the beams of light out, and then when I went to do it again with the Kraken lights, the sun went away. So it's impossible for me to get the exact same shot 2 times underwater with different lighting, because as soon as I'm ready to shoot again, things have changed. And so I'm doing my best, and I promise I'm trying to be objective about everything, but clearly the shot is better. And then a monk seal came up to say hi to us. Just had to throw that in there. Once I saw that with my very own 2 eyes and I realized the difference that it was making going into the sunlight, I was like, okay, I need to get a shot that really shows this. So I had her go down and pose on the bottom. I got really close to her. So this is with the Suptig light. Pretty much as close as I can be and still have her filling the frame, not like too close where all we're seeing is her torso or something. Unfortunately, once I point towards the light, she becomes dark because of the GoPro's metering. I think that this would look okay if the GoPro would meter it properly, and I'll even show you the difference if I bump up the exposure in post. You can see it looks like a pretty nice shot. It's just kind of overexposed in the background, but in general, looks okay. But then when we switch over to the Kraken light, perfect, and she's so well lit and so well defined and so bright, and then the light behind her is like, it's there but it's not overpowering, so I feel like we really got the correct balance. And remember, this is still morning light, so it's not like I would be able to fight the midday sun at 12 feet deep or whatever this is. So after that, I was like, all right, let's do a deep one. We went down to about 40 feet deep. This is with the Kraken light. I think that I didn't test it with the Suptig light because she was having trouble staying down at this depth. And yeah, I really just, I like the way that it looks. Like it's obviously the color is imbalanced when you go down there, but I kind of like that look of having the color not be balanced and having, you know, everything the light is hitting be too red and everything in the background is too blue. I feel like it just has a cool look to it. But of course, if you don't like that look, you can get a blue filter that goes over the light that makes it shine blue. That way it matches the ambient light that's down there, and then you can color grade it in post. Probably want a red filter on your camera also if you're at that depth and so worried about the lighting and color and everything.
All right, guys, that was so awesome out there. I really appreciate you guys coming along. I want to know what you thought. Which lights did you think were best? Do you think that it's worth it to fork out some extra dough and get the really insane Kraken lights? Or did you like the smaller form factor of the Suptig light? Let me know, because I honestly have to say that I think that they both have their time and place to be used. If you want to be just psycho bright out there, if you want to be lighting up, literally, I can fight the daylight. I know you guys saw me highlighting it earlier, but I can have daylight coming in from the top and I can light the model from underneath. That is insane. That's crazy. And it's actually pretty cheap because I was looking at lights that are like 10 grand each. So yeah, it's like not even that bad. These lights are pretty sick for the price. Yeah, so let me know what you guys thought, which one you're going with, and check out the links below directly to those items. I get a little cut off of that when you get one. And then of course, if you can, please donate to the Lahui Foundation or some of the families that were affected. Links are below for that. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's all the stuff we saw. Bye.